people are very intelligent as compared to others. Have you ever thought about this? So your intelligence doesn't depend on IQ, EQ, memory, thoughts and experience. It depends on a very interesting concept called metacognition. What is metacognition? Metacognition is all about thinking about your own thinking. Because when you start thinking about your own thinking, it gives you the clarity and awareness about your own brand. That's a part of learning in psychology. That's how people learn. So we use 5 senses to code, decode and interpret whatever messages we are receiving from the external world. When we use metacognition, when we use thinking to understand our own thinking, then what happens? We respond more and react less. Now when you respond more and react less, what happens? 90% of the problems will get reduced. I'll give you an example because you are Gen Z. So I'll give you an example so that you will be able to understand. Have you seen 100 people, for example, they are joining gym. Then after a few days, 90 people will start thinking, have I invested 40,000 rupees for the quarter, which I have given? I could have invested 40,000 rupees and could have brought some dumbbell and some of the exercise instruments and I could have started with my home. So 90 people will start thinking about this concept because they do not know themselves and they have taken a decision. So when you do not know yourself and you do not have clarity about yourself and you take decisions in life, then what happens? Immediately you will start repenting. You don't feel very comfortable of the decisions which you have taken. But if you look at Ratan Tataji, what Ratan Tataji once said, he said, I don't care about decisions. I take decisions, then I ensure that that decision belongs to me and it becomes favorable. So 90% people will leave the gym immediately, after a few days or a week's time or a month's time. Why? Because they're looking at the mirror and they're comparing with somebody who is doing gymming since 10 years and has developed muscles. So straight away you go and open your chest and look at your biceps and immediately start comparing with somebody who is already doing since a decade in that particular gym. So he has gone through that process in such a way, now he's at a particular level where he can show his body. Another 10% people, what happens? 7% people will continue somehow or other for a couple of months, but after that they will get frustrated when people will not compliment and when people will give a feedback that you are doing so much of exercise but nothing is visible on your body. They don't have that patience because they don't know themselves and they have taken a decision in life. So 7% people will leave the gym. Only 3% people will stay there and sustain and maintain that consistency for a long time. And then they will have a wonderful body after some time. So this is all about metacognition. It's a learning mechanism in psychology. And what neuroscientists have already said in psychology, that this is the most important feature which make one person more intelligent as compared to other person. Metacognition. It's all about thinking about your own thinking. Now you must be thinking, now if this is a concept which activates 40% of the frontal lobe, because our brain has got 40%, the biggest part of the brain is the frontal lobe, where ideas and creativity is generated, so which we do not operate. So that's the reason we say that only 2% of our brain we utilize and 98% is always idle. So if you develop another 1%, you become Einstein or a very intelligent person, isn't it? So you must be thinking, what is the secret of igniting metacognition? Thinking about your own thinking. Number 1, stay cool and composed and start doing meditation. Because when you meditate, you start looking into yourself. The moment you go inside and look at yourself before looking at the entire world, then it talks about who you are and what you are doing here. And you become calm and composed because you exactly know what you are doing here. So this is number 1. Start meditation from day 1. Because you need some lonely time whereby you will be going to discover who you are and what you are doing here. The second most important thing is, please give some time for thinking about thinking. Because normally what we do, every day, 60 to 70,000 thoughts come to our mind. every day. And if you look at 70,000 thoughts, 99% thoughts are either of yesterday, day before yesterday, or just 2-3 years past. So if you think about the same thing again and again, if the same thoughts will come to your mind again and again, then what will happen? You are not doing it live. You are only going for repetition of what used to be before 5 years. So what will happen? If you don't change your thoughts, don't change your thinking process, then what will happen? You will remain the way you are before 5 years. That's the reason when you change yourself, then what you are before 5 years or 10 years, now also the same thing. What you used to earn before 10 years, now you are earning the same thing. Before 10 years, whatever your physical fitness is, now also that, or might be little lesser. So second thing is very important. Think about thinking. So you give some time to yourself, some lonely time. And third, what is very important is reading. If you go on reading a lot of things, then what will happen? You will get new ideas. The moment you get new ideas, so these new ideas will be going to activate your frontal lobe, which is the biggest part, 40% of our brain. So if you do these few things, your frontal lobe will be activated and you will be going to be intelligent. Now, once you become intelligent, then what will happen? Whatever you see in this external environment, you will be utilizing your own inner engineering process to decode and to go for the decision making. So, whatever you take decision, you will be comfortable with that. That's why Sir Ratan Tata said one day that no, I don't care about decisions, but I do take decisions. And when I take decisions, I don't care whether the decision is right or wrong. I ensure that the decision will be right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's metacognition. Welcome to the world of neuroscience. Welcome to the world of psychology. Welcome to the world of thinking about your own thinking. Congratulations, you are an intelligent guy today. Thank you very much.